European Commission has raised its projection of Croatia's economic growth in its latest winter forecast. That forecast of economic growth stood at 2.8% of GDP, and now it has risen to 3.1%. Brussels envisages that Croatia will see a significant growth in investment combined with a reduction in unemployment and in the level of the country's public debt. According to the forecast, Croatia is the country with the sixth strongest rate of economic growth among the bloc's 28 member states. There have been numerous reactions to yesterday's attack on the nightclub Super Super during an LGBT-themed evening. A tear gas canister was thrown into the crowded space, causing panic, and 4 people were injured. A police investigation is underway. The government and most of Croatia's political parties have strongly condemned the incident. Human rights organizations are calling for this incident to be classified as hate crime. Speaking on Croatian television yesterday, the ombudsperson for gender equality, Višnja Ljubičić, pointed out that among EU member states, Croatia had the second largest number of cases when it came to incidents where people had been victims of abuse due to their sexual orientation. Meanwhile, police spokesperson Krunoslav Borovec has said that there is a continuing effort to educate Croatian police officers in how to recognize these kinds of hate crime so that they can react correctly and bring the perpetrators to justice. And the executive coordinator of Zagreb Pride, Jelena Poštic, has said that this incident is a consequence of an escalation in violence and hatred in Croatian society due to an inadequate political response from the government towards hate crime. A peaceful protest against violence and hatred organized by Zagreb Pride will be held in central Zagreb this evening. Interviewed on Croatian television yesterday afternoon, Most's Nikola Grmoja confirmed that at the local elections his party would stand independently of the HTZ and would be their biggest opponents in southern Croatia. He also said they were seriously considering nominating Miro Bulj as their candidate for the post of Split Dalmatia County Prefect. When it came to the accusations of plagiarism levelled against Science and Education Minister Pavo Barašić, Grmoja said that this story was not over. He said Most were waiting to see how Augsburg University would rule on allegations that Barašić translated his master's thesis from Croatian into German and then resubmitted the same work as his PhD thesis there. Foreign Minister Davor Ivo Stier has reacted to Serbian Foreign Minister Ivica Dačić, who said recently that the late Zagreb Archbishop Cardinal Aloysius Stepinac was a war criminal. Stier said that the Croatian government wouldn't fall for these kind of provocations, which he said were reminiscent of the thinking of the former communist regime. Stepinac was beatified by Pope John Paul II in 1998, and Pope Francis has established a commission to evaluate his life and work. Sport, and in the 22nd round of the regional ABA Basketball League, Cedevita defeated Serbian side Partizan by a score of 79-67 in Zagreb last night, while Cibona lost to Red Star Belgrade in Serbia for a score of 69-56. This means that Cedevita are now second in the league with 16 wins and 6 defeats. Cibona are fifth, while Zadar are in last place. This afternoon's forecast calls for mainly sunny weather along most of the coast and in mountainous regions. It'll be cloudier in the southern Adriatic, where there could be some light rain. Inland it'll be moderately to heavily overcast, while in Gorski Kotar there could be some light precipitation. The most sunshine will be in eastern Slavonia. There'll be a moderate easterly and northeasterly wind in places inland, while on the coast there'll be a moderate to strong northeasterly Bura wind, becoming even stronger in the Velebit Channel towards the end of the day. Along the southern coast there'll be a moderate to strong southeasterly Yugo wind. Highest daily temperatures will be between 0 and 5 degrees Celsius inland, between 10 and 15 degrees on the coast. Inland, stable weather is expected for the next few days. It'll be partly or mainly sunny, but from Wednesday there'll be lingering fog and low-lying cloud in places. Mornings will be cold, but daily temperatures should rise significantly, except for those places with lingering fog and low-lying cloud cover. And it will also be stable on the coast for the next few days. It'll be mainly sunny and relatively warm. A northeasterly Bura wind will weaken on Tuesday and turn to a moderate northwesterly, which on Wednesday will be strong in places on the open seas of the Adriatic.